95.3 FM, W237BE Boca Raton. The Health and Wealth Radio Network, 1470 AM and 95.3 FM. The Health and Wealth Radio Network. Caregiver Solutions Info with Marcia Teal, Tuesdays at 5 p.m. Talk 1470 AM and 95.3 FM WNN.
Over 200,000 people have found a way to work from home. Find out what they're doing and how they're doing it at Online Trading Academy. Online Trading Academy is the leader in investment education. They teach the right way to trade stocks, options, futures, and Forex. You're taught by pro traders who are certified, currently trade, and are profitable. They show you what they do every day. How to find the right stocks, how money is made in up, sideways, and down markets, how professionals time the market, and how to limit the risk on each and every trade. So if you're at the point where you want to start working from home, do what over 200,000 students have done. Take our free half-day class to see what it's like. Call now to reserve a pair of seats at Online Trading Academy in Broward and Palm Beach. Online Trading Academy, the leader in investment education. Call 561-674-9800. 561-674-9800. 561-674-9800.
Talk here. Talk there. Talk 1470 AM and 95.3 FM. The Health and Wealth Radio Network. WNN.
Want to make your smartphone brilliant? Make your smartphone brilliant? One tap creates a virtual wine fine tuner. Another, a coffee refiner. A beauty cream and makeup enhancer.
Wow. Look at your eye.
What a difference.
And with still just a tap, a strength and flexibility harmonizer.
Yeah, I definitely felt something different.
This is the Vitalizer. In the App Store on any smartphone, a simple download that will embed specific frequencies and vibrations into your phone's light photons and sound waves. Calibrations designed to affect taste.
The Vitalizer one is better than the other one, for sure.
Hydration, absorption,
Feel silkier.
and perhaps most incredibly, your strength, flexibility, and energy. Amazing.
Wow.
Crazy.
Well, salud. I'm loving it.
Go to www.
See and experience information. Is your child smarter than indicated by test results? 3D Learner is an integrated learning program that helps identify your child's strengths and challenges. 3D Learner's individualized program for academic and athletic success will significantly improve reading comprehension, test scores, and self-esteem. Contact 3D Learner today for more information. Call 561-361-7495 to unlock your child's true potential. Visit us at 3dlearner.com or call 561-361-7495.
Grab your gloves and booties for an innovative method to reduce pain and inflammation. Cryotherapy at Fire and Ice Spa briefly exposes the body to extremely cold temperatures to stimulate better health, fitness, weight loss, healing, and beauty benefits. This cold craze is not just for athletes and gym rats anymore. Call Fire and Ice Spa to book your appointment. 954-906-5656. Use locally or on the whole body. Experience the positive effects on visible signs of aging, mood and sleep disorders, and much more. Contact Fire and Ice Spa at 954-906-5656.
Fire and Ice! Fire and Ice! Fire and Ice! The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors. Well, it's 1 o'clock and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. The team is ready to serve you a huge portion of fun for lunch. So let's break open the lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought, take a seat in the Brooklyn Cafe, and get ready to enjoy the humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of feel-good and happy soup to help your day go by easier and enjoy your break with others around you. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddy S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or dream making. It's the feel-good food you need to help that bagel go down nice and smoothly. If you have a story to share, anything that happened at work or play, a movie review, a restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-565-1470 right now. So sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe and let Dawn and Freddy S get your happy juices flowing.
Really can't stay.
Baby, it's cold outside.
I gotta go away.
Baby, it's cold outside.
This evening has been.
Hoping that you.
Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe, to all our friends in South Florida. And boy, do I love Christmas music.
That's just cold music.
You know what? That song reminds me of Campbell's Chicken Soup.
Why?
Because that's the song they play.
Baby,
it's cold. It's
I love Michael Bublé.
Oh, that's not Bublé, was it?
It is Bublé
yeah,
and Idina Menzel.
But on the show, on the commercial, it wasn't Bublé.
Probably not.
It wasn't the Bubblegum Man, the Bubblegum Me. I call him Bublé the Bublé.
On. Joe just got her boots on.
Yes, I am amazed.
It is winter in South Florida. This is winter for me.
I gotta tell you, I woke up this.
About as good as it gets.
Woke up this morning, the cats were frozen solid in place. I'm like, it's a little cold out there.
It was cold, but you gotta love it.
And meanwhile,
how'd you like my slippers, my monster feet?
You know something? Where did you learn how to take pictures? That's the worst picture of slippers. It looks like something's crawling on your feet.
Well, why are you talking
That's
to
kind
her?
of what I'll bring them here. You'll
You
see.
can say hello to our board op. Say hi to JoJo.
And she's not a board up anymore.
What is she?
She's been promoted.
To what?
She's an executive producer of operations.
Executive producer of
I
operations.
like that title.
How do you like that?
I love it.
Happy Monday,
Hi,
JoJo.
everybody.
How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing well.
It is Monday at the Brooklyn Cafe TV. You can find us on 95.3 FM, 1470 AM, live streaming on Facebook and Periscope at the Brooklyn Cafe TV. Give us a call. Mira, write this down, 888-565-1470. I'm going to give her a pen so she has it. A hotline, 3D Learner hotline to the Brooklyn Cafe.
She doesn't have the phone number?
565-1470. We've got 3D Learner on the set. We have a special guest. We have Joe. Somebody's calling in from 3D Learner. I forgot to tell you, so now I'm telling you. Don't you love the way we deliver information on the show?
There is no restrictions here. Listen,
None.
I wanted to touch base on two separate incidents.
Incidents?
Yes, about bullying.
Ah, yes.
Okay. The first one, oops, almost hit my mic. The first one is what the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Seattle craziness, I don't know what to call them, went through when the gentleman was thrown out the game because he tried to tear the guy's knees apart, and they threw him out the game. And as he was leaving the stadium, he got pelted with garbage. And he got violent and decided to attack the fans. So the police had to come in and pull him apart and everything else. Now, this is a 6'8", 400-pound human that was just pelted. I mean, this guy would do some serious damage. But on your ticket, it doesn't say you have a right to bully people either. I mean, there's a whole bunch of drunks out there and everything else. I just found that disturbing.
Well, there is no right to bully people. We should amend our Constitution. We amend it for everything else. So let's amend it for something good. Like, do not bully.
But then there's the second story about the young man. The young man, I think it was in West Virginia.
That little boy?
Yeah.
Mackenzie,
who was bullied at the cafeteria. And it broke my heart to hear his story because his mother said, well, tell me what they did to you during lunch. And they threw milk on him. And his question that is on everybody's mind, every actor in Hollywood has come to his aid, everybody. Can you imagine this kid going to school today? Because it's the first time since he's been back.
He'll be on Ellen. He's going to be everywhere. Good for him.
Everywhere. He says, can I ask a real simple question? He says, why do they do it? Why? You know? Why? So I just wanted to touch base on that because a lot of what we do with ADL and a lot of the other companies that we work with, we talk about anti-bullying. It is that time of year. You know, I mean, I don't know what else to say except stop it.
But speaking of no place for hate and anti-bullying, Jackson Destine, who we met through the AVID program at Atlantic High School, through Anti-Defamation League, and their No Place for Hate program, all of that in one school. Their teacher, Nikki Lulas, is one of those earth angels that this woman is just beyond, goes above and beyond the call of everything. You met JJ last year on our show, and JJ introduced us to Jackson, and Jackson has a company called UDT, Under the Tree. And he is totally from the streets of Delray. He calls it the hood. UDT, what did Delray do? They cut the tree down, which, you know, did nothing. The kid just found another tree until Jackson and this teacher. Jackson was nominated and won. He won the National High School Heisman Trophy Scholarship Friday night in New York through ESPN.
Which is just as big as winning the Heisman for college.
So congratulations, Jackson and Nikki Lulis, and it goes to No Place for Hate and ADL, because all of the community and every resource that has brought this young man and all of these students away from the streets and giving back. I texted him the other day to please come on and share his story with us. It's just an amazing story. So you talk about bullying. You can't change, you can change. You just need the community.
Well, we got 3D Learner in the house, and the bottom line here is I'm going to try to reach out to Jackson, because Jackson is going to be a project to get him through college for a lot of different reasons. But he is determined and driven to do it, and I think that with your help, he will. I think that with a little bit of help, he will. And I think that Jackson will play in the NFL. He's that good. And this, I don't say that, I coached thousands of kids, and I watched some tape on this kid. This kid is good enough to play in the NFL, but you know, you gotta get through college now.
Do you know, I never even knew he played football until the award. We knew everything else about him. He writes rap music, he gets the kids off the street. He's in their ROTC program. He talks about his story from selling drugs because he knew no different, because that's what everybody did to have money so he could live with his grandmother. It was like selling candy. He said he didn't know any different.
Right.
Until he learned, and now he teaches the kids, and he gives back. I never knew through that entire story that he ever played football.
Oh, no, I knew he played football, and I knew he was captain. I knew he was pretty good. I didn't think he was that good.
Remember the first time we met him, he said he had to steal a pair of shoes for prom?
That's right. He was going to prom.
And that was just about...
So there's really resourceful, right? He had a goal, and he knew what he needed to be able to do, and therefore, right.
Well, now he has a bigger goal, because now that he's been nominated, now he becomes...
Now he becomes the mentor. He has to really reach above.
And helping kids that really want to make the difference, both academically and athletically, is right down our alley.
Exactly. So the segue is brilliant. But congratulations. We're going to have him on the air when he
Jackson. We'll
comes
bring
back.
him back. I'd like to bring him and JJ back maybe over winter break. You guys will both come and share all of your stories and success of what's happening.
Correct.
And we'll bring Jackson to the 3D Learner, because not only does 3D Learner work with the academic student, you also work with the athlete.
Right.
And he is a senior in high school, and he is the perfect student to bring to 3. And you have a foundation, which I know helps as well. Welcome, Mark. Welcome, Mira.
Thank you.
Welcome back to 3D Learner. What's happening? Here's how she says, Thursday night. Did you hear us talking about you? No.
So 3D Learner has started a new Wine and Wine for all of you that want to be able to start it once a month. And there were a couple of us that had just been on your show before about the wishing tree. So
yes, you had Amy Kent, part of your program.
And Barbara. And so we were talking about, you know, how we can spread the word. And
so tell me about Wine and Wine. What is Wine and Wine?
So Wine and Wine was, you know, it's play on words, because, you know, language is kind of an important thing. You know, we work with kids in language and what words mean. But we want to have an outlet in a different sort of way to be able to have women and Mark.
Women and Mark.
Yeah, Mark, it's always women.
It was good odds.
They're doing a dad's and beer.
No, we are starting a beer. Yes, we are starting a dad beer program. But it just started out as a way to be able to give us a place to be able to connect. It's different than women's business networking. It's different than just moms complaining on a playground. This was a way to be able to have us really network. It's been fascinating because we've all sort of found different people to be able to do different things, and how we can all support each other in different sorts of ways. So it's a relaxing way. We have it we had it at the courtyard at the 3D Learner office on Camino Real.
It was cold Thursday night, too.
No, it was a beautiful, clear, crisp night.
It was a beautiful night, and it turns out the Fountains, which is a great complex that we have our offices in on Camino and Powerline, has a perfect place to meet.
Who knew?
Hang out.
It was a great place to have it.
Great.
So,
nice.
It's beautiful there.
Wine and Wine.
Wine and Wine.
But what I love so much about our community is our community.
Right.
Because we've worked with you all for quite a while now. And then through the Giving Tree, we met Amy and Barbara, and they were here. And they, of course, happen to know you. So now we go.
So now we're going to expand that community that we have.
Exactly.
Dr. Adria Samoleski, who is also actually a family doctor who's in our complex on Camino. But also we got to know because we got to the joy of working with her son when he was in first grade.
Oh, really?
And she found us. So
should we call you Dr. Adria or Dr. S? Because I'm not going to even try. Because last week somebody
I'm just going to call her Doc.
Someone tested me last week on her name, And
She
finally,
messed it
at the
up.
last time, she said, you could just call me Dr. Elaine. I
Yes.
went, really, now you're telling me? She said, I wanted to see how much I could get out of you.
Well, so many times people have equal problems with Adria that most of the time we do Dr. Sam.
Okay.
That is a shortened version, and I don't really like being called Andrea very often, so.
What about Doc? Is Doc okay? Because I am
fine, too.
horrible
I
at
think
names.
Welcome, Doc. That is
I'm
true.
sorry, what's your name?
Welcome, Dr. Sam.
Dr. Sam.
And how old is your son now?
My son is 9 now.
So he's in what, second, third grade?
Fourth grade.
Fourth grade.
Great. Oh, my
Fourth grade.
goodness.
Fourth grade.
So-
He's almost as tall as I am now. That's when I
Yes.
sort of stopped now.
And he started early in the first grade.
He did. Actually, I started noticing he was having reading difficulties in kindergarten, and a lot of people were saying, no, he's just very young, because he was a young kindergartner. He turned 5 in July.
So he went in early, okay.
I waited a little longer, and in first grade finally was like, okay, this is going far enough. He's definitely not picking it up like he should be or he's supposed to be. And I talked with his teacher, his pediatrician, and they were like, you have to do the testing. It turns out my son did have a reading problem, visual.
In the first grade?
In the first grade.
And you picked up that he was having problems that quickly?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, we would do reading, and I remember his first grade teacher telling me, you're supposed to be reading to your son. I'm like, yeah, I've been reading to him since he was 6 months old. This is what I do.
I read to him in the womb.
Yeah, if
What
I
were
could
the
have.
talking
signs?
about?
What were the signs, though, that you looked and you picked up on? And I know Mark says there's 5 signs, and I heard you saying, no, there really weren't even 5.
I mean, we would go over a word, and then 2 minutes or 5 minutes later, we would have to go over it again. The sounds, he was really struggling on even putting cat and cat, and then was and saw were constantly getting flipped. I mean, there were a lot of little things that, no matter how many times we were going over it, just was not working. How did you find 3D Learner? 3D Learner was actually recommended by our psychologist. He said, well, look, he has a visual processing, an auditory processing disorder, and ADHD. And they're all very commonly interconnected, and they kind of feed into each other. Because, hey, if you're having problems and frustrated with visual learning, and it's so difficult for you, then you tend to be more acting out, because it's taking you 10 times the struggle or 10 times the effort to understand the word, and you're going to get burned out faster. He's like, well, you could get a tutor from the school. You can get a tutor to work on the auditory part of it, and one to do the visual processing, and then maybe you could do meds for the ADHD. And I was like, are you kidding me? He goes, well, then we have this 3D Learner that they kind of look at the whole picture, and they work on the ADHD and the dyslexia and all of it all together. And I was like, okay, I'm sold.
It sounds like one-stop shopping.
One-stop shopping.
One-stop shop, I can do that.
I'm interested to find out, when you guys met her son.
Right.
You have a big complex deal here. You got 3 things that you have to work on at once, and then he's young.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's not somebody in his teens and things of that nature. So the challenge now becomes keeping his focus. Yes.
Right.
Is that a challenge?
Well, not so much, because the one great part about his being young was that he was still really excited about learning.
Okay.
And so when we showed him that there was a different sort of way, we use clay and hands-on and blocks for counting. Oh, we actually even use M&Ms for counting too. We do movement. We do a lot of, throwing and catching a ball and walking on a balance beam and doing balance kinds of things that we were doing, all kinds of exciting things. He was not sitting still for 20 minutes, let me tell you.
Okay.
So I think that was the first part about being able to try and engage the fact that we got how he learned.
Right.
And he got that we got how he learned. And these kids are, he was really, really smart. And I think that's part of, in this, we're going to, so this whole sort of idea about gifted identification in Palm Beach County, he was one of those, and part of the challenge in kindergarten and first, if they're not learning really fast, I don't know if this happened to you actually, but we're getting a lot of kids who have been identified, and then at first grade, well, they're not learning as fast as they should, so maybe they aren't gifted, and the schools are doing their best to try and move them out of that program. Well,
right.
By and large, a lot of highly gifted kids are also very visual, and they need to be able to learn hands-on. Having them learn to break up words and sound them out That's a part to whole. These kids are whole to part learners.
I can tell you my son was identified as gifted probably in kindergarten.
Right.
He did not read. And he remembers, and he will tell you to this day, he says, Mom, I knew how to read. I was just not ready to tell you. So what did we do? So his kindergarten teacher would call him up, and he would always have costumes.
Right.
His leather jacket evolved from preschool.
Where did he get this from?
The costumes, I don't know. Now you see, he
You know,
biologically is my son.
That's a good question. We have lots of questions to ask on this.
And she would call him up because he was always acting out. He would throw things across the room. We put him in karate.
He got his attention.
Because he wasn't reading where he should be.
He
But
threw things
tested
across the room?
as gifted. And then we would go into tutoring and tutoring and tutoring. And now he says, I just really wasn't in the mood to do it.
But here's the challenge.
Right.
What Adria did was exactly right, because the statistics show that almost 90% of the kids with a word identification problem in first grade will become poor readers in fourth grade. So really, at any point, kindergarten, first grade, on up, when you see the problem, and schools might tell you, well, he'll outgrow it.
Okay.
That's statistically wrong.
That's why I said when I met you, I wish I had known, because you were in business. My
Yes.
son's 23.
Right,
So
when
when
you
he
were in
was in
business.
first grade, you were there.
But we didn't have a
Just
great
a
show like the
stone's throw.
Brooklyn Cafe.
And he went to Del Prado, so you were
We were business
you were right
partners.
there.
But here's the funny thing about schools. This is why it's a parent revolution. Schools tend to be averse to recommendations. If you go to somebody like Dr. Sam or you go to us and you have a challenge that we don't help, we're going to refer to you to somebody who does. But schools don't tend, public schools especially, even private schools, don't tend to do it. There are some exceptions. So parents really have to rely on their own instincts and their own intuition and get the information as to how to help their kids succeed.
All right, parents, on that note, take out your pen, your paper, your crayon if you're on pickup line. I want you to write this down. It's 3dlearner.com. Give us a call while we're here on set, 888-565-1470. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we've got 3D Learner and Dr. Sam. We'll be right back.
You might have it.
Hey, I'm Doris Vilk. When life keeps you crazy, the job, the kids, a husband, how do you escape? Fantasize about romantic evenings? Follow the exploits of Hollywood actress Susan Chatham in my erotic novels, Love Arrested and Love Attempted, and revel in Susan's steamy love life. There's lust, passion, and betrayal. But what doesn't kill her makes her insatiable. Buy the ebooks or paperbacks at Amazon. Visit me at DorisVilk.com. That's V as in vibrant. Prepare to be aroused.
What is Debersize? With over 25 years of personal training experience and workout techniques, Deb Varsalone invites you to Debersize. Debersize comes to you from the privacy of your own home or group training facility. Debersize can meet your individual fitness needs, offering one-on-one, non-impact resistance training, post-surgical strengthening to higher-level boot camp and weight training. Debersize will meet your personal fitness goals at any age. Contact Deb at 561-307-9283. Schedule an initial consultation and get ready for a stronger, healthier you. 561-307-9283. Sit back, relax, and breathe while breathing in the benefits of salt in our invigorating Salt Oasis. The Salt Suite of Boca Raton and Delray Beach provides 100% natural treatment for sinus, respiratory, and skin conditions. From the adult relaxation lounge to a children's playroom, salt therapy opens up sinuses, lungs, and flushes out allergens and pollutants for all ages. Give us a call at 561-288-0481 or 561-316-7258. Mention the Brooklyn Cafe Show to receive one free session. Contact the Salt Suite of Boca Raton or Delray Beach to book your appointment. TheSaltSuite.com. Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe, where every day is a new adventure. If you'd like to join Don and Freddy S. at the cafe, give them a call at 888-565-1470 toll free. Come on in or call to share a thought for the day and get all the information you need to help your business grow. That's 888-565-1470. Let's reopen the cafe doors. Now, back to Dawn and Freddy S.
And we're back on a mind-growing Monday. You know, every Monday I have to come up with another transition.
Mind-growing
Monday at the Brooklyn Cafe TV.
Another M word?
Another M word. Give us a call, 888-565-1470. You can find us on 95.3 FM, 1470 AM, and live stream on Facebook and Periscope in perpetuity. So we are always there, which is even scarier.
Oh, listen.
On the Brooklyn Cafe TV. Speaking of perpetuity, yes, my son took that test last week.
Did he? He's perpetuity?
He had his test in perpetuity. He had to look it up.
So that means he's here forever?
The rules of perpetuity.
Really?
Yes.
There's a test?
In law school, there is a course, yes.
Really?
Wow.
Did you see the commercial for Honda? Honda auto commercial. And the reason I bring this up because there's three things going on with car dealerships. Honda used a new commercial called Really. Really? Really?
What?
Really? And we counted them.
That from me.
7 reallys.
Really?
Really. And you're like, that. Pretty good, right?
You're ahead of your time, Freddie.
Ahead of my time. I tell you, the word really is amazing.
You are ahead of your time.
That's the first thing. The other thing is, across the street, Volkswagen Rabbit, and I know we're going to talk about you. I went to see him Saturday. I got to take some invitations because they're going to give out 2 free tickets to every car deal that happens.
Oh, terrific.
So what I did was I'm going to try to see if I can put them in for people that have kids, 3D Learner Show, people that have whatever we do, because we do some
studio audience.
We do some crazy shows in here. You saw what happened Friday, and we bring them in here based on what they want. So there was these New Yorkers. I cinched the deal for Amos. They weren't going to buy it. I said, get in there and buy it, and they bought it. So they want to come up and do. I sold lots of cars over there. They send me a check every once in a while. It's a
beautiful thing in your side time.
That's right. Anyway, so I just wanted to point that out. The other thing is, I wanted to ask a little bit more about, because the work...
Before you do that, can you talk about the holiday party?
What holiday party?
That one.
What holiday
When
party?
is next week, JoJo?
The 21st.
Thank you.
When is it?
21st
It's a
is next
Thursday night.
Thursday.
From
Here?
6 to 10?
Right here
Yes.
at the Heart of Delray Gallery. It's our office holiday party. And do you know, I saw today, we are not doing that here, that office parties are scaling down because of all of the sexual assault charges. They don't want people in the evenings out drinking and then throwing all these allegations and accusations around. So people are scaling back. So if you are scaling back your party, bring it here. If you're not, bring the big party here to the Heart of Delray Gallery. We are having a community-wide office networking party. We will be here. The artists will be here. AMP will be here. The host will be here. We do not scale down. We just go bigger.
Becky and Boca will be here.
Becky and Boca, Serendipity Style, The Faith Washington Show. They're all broadcasting from our studio next Thursday night. We have food provided by Harvest Seasonal Grill and Wine Bar, by Fit Life Foods. Also, J&D Cakes is providing dessert. We have Prosecco by Salvatore Principe will be here. What else do we have?
And if you come on,
Pure Romance will be here.
If you come on Thursday, we're gonna have a raffle for Harvest. We'll give away a certificate or something, so you could go say hi to Reba. How's that?
Say hi to Reba. We also have a blow-up photo booth that is coming, as well as a DJ.
Oh, even better.
So
we can dance.
So if you want to come, contact Carrie at livingfla.com. You can contact us, the Heart of Delray Gallery. Just give us a head count so we make sure we have enough for everyone. If not, just come and enjoy. Holiday attire is what the email says. So
I don't even know what that means.
Something red.
Something red or sparkly.
Red, sparkly, green, Christmassy.
Or green, or orange, or black.
For those visual learners, if we combine the red and blue, we get.
If you can come dressed, would be
We
appreciated.
get purple, so maybe I'll just.
Do not come in a Speedo. Other than that, we're good to go.
Purple sequins, maybe it is. That's right. Cover both holidays.
Oh, and I wanted to ask John from Vitalize, if you're listening today, I got the perfect commercial. It's about the British are coming horses. It's a race horse type of deal.
They're working with Cell Wellbeing in the equine division in
working with
Ocala.
horses.
John tells me he's going to be in Ocala until May.
Yeah, so we want to reach out to you so you can come on VMix and we can see what you're doing. But I have the perfect commercial that plays horses talking. Wait till you see this.
And we also have Wandering Wines coming. We have a big party coming on the 21st.
Oh, we have the sex doctor. What else her name? The teacher.
Pure Romance will be here
Pure
as well.
Romance.
Don't worry, we'll put
Pure
her in Studio
Romance.
B. You have nothing to worry about if you bring your family. It is open to the family, however, it is a holiday party.
And we have a book signing. She will be in
And
the
Doris
house.
will be here too. I know. The party gets bigger and bigger.
And we have another book.
You forget how big our network is.
I'll be here.
You want to sign your books too?
We'll be
signing
books here. The 3D Learner, how to help your child go from stress to outrageous success in months, not years.
And it's really the perfect timing because kids were starting to segue out of school for a couple of weeks. I think they've segued since Thanksgiving. I really think everyone has shut down this year. We've been saying that. Season ends in June here.
We had the hurricane.
And then everything shuts down for season. And then, of course, the hurricane came and everyone goes, no, we can't do it. It's a hurricane.
It's been quite a tumultuous year, yeah. And the teachers and kids are really feeling it. And we're getting that. And report cards came out just this last week. Talk about my red flag. See if you want. I have my red flag.
Everyone has something.
So wait a minute. So what happens? The report cards, they bring them to you?
So what happens is parents get report cards, and they no longer use in elementary school. They no longer use regular grades. They use things like approaching proficiency for a kid who's just below grade level, or ND, which means needs development for somebody who's far below grade level.
So there are no grades?
There are no grades. But
pass and fail?
But they're red. No, it's
a red flag.
It's ND is the weakest, needs development. Then approaching proficiency is you're not yet proficient. Then there's proficient. And then there's
nobody's proficient at this time of year because.
But here's what's happening now is parents are getting the warning, and especially in second and third grade, because third grade is when they retain kids if they don't pass the Florida Standards Assessment. Parents are getting these warnings that say your child might be held back if they don't improve their performance. And what happens is they sometimes do camps which sometimes help kids barely pass or just get by. And the 3D Learner, what we've done in the past is help kids make dramatic gains between December and April when the tests come.
I was going to say, we don't want our children just to barely be passing.
Yeah, wait a minute.
We would really like them to be successful and proficient in life.
Hold
correct?
on a second. Hold on a second.
At least that's in my book.
Wait a minute. You're going to school so that they could give me grades as to whether or not I'm passing,
or you're barely proficient,
or barely passing, or
they consider proficiency. So if you take somebody
Freddy's
like
not changed it to passing,
like James, okay, you got a kid who's gifted, right? So their goal very often is to get a kid so they pass a test. This is a kid whose IQ is in the 98th or 99th percentile. Therefore, he should be performing at that level. And the problem is they get told, just relax, he's a little bit young, just don't worry, he'll outgrow it.
He'll outgrow what? Boredom?
He'll outgrow. Here's the challenge. If you learn differently and you have an attention issue and a vision issue.
All right, but hold on a second. What are some of the issues that he brought home?
I mean, a lot of it was flipping words, was looking at a word and just being stumped by it. Even
And how was his behavior at home?
Behavior at home? I mean, he was a good boy.
Was he like bored?
Maybe he's only 9 now.
He's 9 now, so he was 6 at the time.
He's a little boy.
He was
Even 9's a
little boy. Hold on a second.
He's a little hype. I mean, yes,
he's little.
I got some news for you. The Oakland Athletics signed 3 years ago the first 9-year-old player. He's not little.
Oh, man.
This is real. This is real life.
Well,
they are signing baseball players. Are signing at 9 years of age.
Can I tell you, at the very same time, his dad was also building this amazing, redoing his bedroom.
Oh yes, we did a Minecraft bedroom.
Right. And
Minecraft.
He would come in and
the game Minecraft.
Yeah. He completely helped his dad design what this room was going to look like.
I can imagine.
He was so excited. So,
and by the way, just so you understand, people come up with the strangest things. They'll say he flips words, and then they'll say he has dyslexia, but those two aren't related. Well, let me ask you, is your first cousin related to you?
Yeah.
Well, you talk all the time about the labels, and you have the gold, is correct?
Well, right.
Yes.
We talk about gifted, operating with a learning difference.
Here's the thing about it is, people always talk about kids with disabilities, with these problems. These aren't kids with problems. These are kids with huge opportunities. They're what we call gifted operating with a learning difference. If you teach the kid the way he learns and addresses visual processing and his attention challenges, he becomes a star. And that's the goal.
Well, then I'm going to throw up a very controversial, you don't have to answer, a question. The system is...
Sure, get him
Let me ask you, but don't comment.
Well, but because I don't want to throw teachers under the bus. I mean, the system is built so that you pass a kid, right? If you pass a kid, you're done.
No, teachers are better than that, but keep going.
They're better than that, but
It's not the teacher,
the
it is the system.
the system rewards you. You have a job if they pass,
Yes,
and if
it's
they
their job.
don't, then what happens to the teacher?
Well, let's be honest. 99.7% of the teachers get a satisfactory rating or better. So we got a performance challenge there. But in terms of the system, one, teachers, as one assistant principal said to me, they always taught me that kids learn differently, but they never taught me what to do with a kid who learns differently.
That is true, and we've talked about that. Going through my special ed program, I learned the different techniques. So to me, it never made sense otherwise.
You have
But if you-
techniques?
But if you go through your regular ed learning and you are not taught how to teach the child differently, how to incorporate, how to use different skills, that is true.
And districts buy a curriculum. They buy this box, and they're supposed to follow this curriculum.
On day 32, you will be on page 63. On
Yeah,
day 62, you'll be on page
That's why I hate it.
127.
That's why I couldn't do
Here's
school.
the challenge. We have a system that's built on quicksand, okay? And these kids are falling through the cracks. And that's, a psychologist once said to us, you know, if the schools taught the way the kids learn to address their attention and their vision issues and help the kid be as all they could be, you'd be out of business.
Well, here's what I'm saying, is you're
Which is
throwing
true.
your kid a rope or a life preserver and you're reeling it in and they keep going further and further. And as a parent, you're really holding on and trying the best you can. And then the next week, they throw something else at. And by at that point, if you don't know of 3D Learner, and Dr. Sam's shaking her head, as a parent, even if you have a teaching degree or a doctorate in education, you're not learning what your child is learning in school. You don't know what the curriculum is. You're not teaching it the same way the school wants it taught.
And they're there longer with a teacher under that circumstance, longer than you and the parents during the week. I mean, obviously, you're in a place that you're going to learn, and you're going to learn what is going on in that school, right? If you don't believe that, if you're going to go home, mom and dad, you know, the other problem is that mom and dad has a lot of issues going on.
Mom and Dad's working. I mean, Dr. Sam, you're working all day.
Right,
You're
I
a
work
family practice
full-time.
doctor. You're full-time. You come home, you've got dinner, you've got bedtime, you've got homework.
There were
And
issues.
another kid.
And another
And
child.
another child. And you go,
I mean, there
Really?
were things going on. I remember when I was a coach, I had to do all that mumbo jumbo, cook and clean, taking the coach and everything else, do the homework. I decided to make study groups because it was too much for me. So I had older kids with my younger kids, and I sort of balanced it that way. And Giovanni, I know you're listening, he had an issue. He was a talker because he was bored.
It's just so funny because he's so not a talker now.
He's not, but he was bored in school. Now he's just a troublemaker. But, Georgia, were you a good student? Yeah?
She's shaking her head, yes. Of
I
course
can't
she
hear the
was.
pebble in your head. But you always should leave your mic on. You were a good
I'd
student?
like to think I was.
Yeah, you like to think.
The
How
only
were your
problem I
grades?
had when I was younger, I don't know if you remember this, they used to make you take naps. And I refused to do it.
remember that.
In kindergarten.
They used to put your head down.
No,
Everybody
you have
put
to
your
lay
head
down,
down.
and I used to refuse to do it.
We had mats. We had.
I got
little
kicked out of
rugs.
nursery
Oh, you had
school
mats,
because of the
excuse me,
naps.
So
moi.
did I.
Really? In public
You
school,
want-
we didn't have no mats?
Do you want to laugh? I got kicked out of nursery school because I wouldn't take a nap.
And I
there
can so
we
see
go.
you would not take a nap.
Did you take naps?
No.
No, I used to erase the boards. I never even thought about that for so long. I used to erase the boards at school while everyone else was taking a nap. That's when they moved me to private school. Because I was
Erase
in public school
the
and I was
boards.
so bored.
But here's the challenge.
They ended up switching
People
schools.
right now are moving their kids to private or charter schools expecting a different outcome. And for the most part, for a visual learner, it doesn't happen.
Even when they get private tutors, it
Even-
doesn't
and, that-
happen.
and that's the other thing.
Because that's for
People-
grades.
People realize that if you're not getting the help you need in school, you should get a tutor. And what happens is tutors are really good people. They're usually the better teachers. They help the kid get better grades. But they don't necessarily address
The problem.
Right.
their potential.
Yeah.
Okay? The key is, if take a kid like James, if he's taught the way he's learned, he has attention issue addressed, he has his vision issue addressed, all of a sudden he can be a superstar. So it's really up to the parent. It's really up to the parents to seize the day.
Well,
Dr.
let's
I
go.
want to ask Dr. Sam, when
Yeah.
you get home from work now compared to then, I know he's a little older, how has your routine changed now that he's working with
Oh,
3D
where is
Learner?
he? When you before you answer that, where is he now?
Oh,
He's-
well, yes.
He's at
How's he-
school.
Is he now?
He's in,
No, no,
he's
I
in
mean, how's
public
he doing?
school.
He's
in
doing
public
well?
school. He's doing well. We did start having some issues with writing this year, so we're going back to 3D Learner. And the improvement was dramatic. Within just a couple of weeks this year, he went from never having his homework done when he came home to, because we don't get him until 5 or 6 o'clock, to having worked on it during his aftercare part and having accomplished large portions of it and writing full sentences again.
So is it the writing coming from his brain to the paper, or is it the physical act of writing?
It's somewhat both, but more of it is probably getting the thoughts that are running through his head in any sort of meaningful sentence. And so that somebody else could read it. Yes, sequencing it. I mean, spelling is not his forte, but
wasn't mine either.
Now with so many
Still
different
isn't.
spell
Still
checks, it's hard.
No, it's still horrible.
Yeah.
Still horrible.
You know what happens with texting when you can't spell and you can't get clarity of text? Miscommunication.
You have lots of problems.
Well, think about that. Think about that now with texting. And I tease you because you text all the time, but now we've got a society of kids that text. And if they can't get the clarity of the text and they send the text, and someone else misreads it because you're thinking one thing and they're thinking another, you've got miscommunication on every level.
Well, let alone the fact that you also read it without any connotation in it, without any expression.
Inflection.
And, the miscommunications that go on.
And
with
so
that
for
is
the
even-
kids on a whole nother level, I mean, we
Right.
tease as an adults, we text and we get the wrong story, but as a child, it
That's
just
exactly
adds to a
right.
whole nother level of miscommunication and not understanding.
Well, and using as few words as possible.
They don't use words anymore.
Well,
It's a whole different
they don't
language.
use words anymore, and actually really what we're finding is that they don't have the words to use anymore. So they then have a meltdown, or they have they have a tantrum because they don't know what it means, and now parents
But
are
they
talking,
use-
use your words. I don't know what
But
words
they
to use. I'm
use
just
they use
frustrated.
abbreviations, LOL, or
Right,
they'll
or
use
BRB.
No,
SMH.
they do. But when they actually come to our office and you actually talk about what words mean, it's amazing to us the lack of vocabulary skills that a lot of these
Well,
kids
when you work
have.
with James, and now where you're working with him on writing and sequencing, are you helping build the vocabulary, or the vocabulary's here, and now we're just getting it where it needs to be?
It's a little bit of both.
What
But
are you seeing,
most-
Dr. Sam?
I mean, he has as far as I feel, he has a decent vocabulary.
He does.
He reads a lot. We do a lot of, he reads independently. We do audiobooks also to help spark his interest in reading, and that expands your vocabulary. And it's definitely been a cultural shift here because of all these new devices. People aren't speaking as much to each other. Thus, our children aren't hearing as much, and they're not hearing those high-level words, whether it's perseverance and conversational topics that we would use all the time over the table that aren't necessarily happening as much because the TV's on, and now we're texting our family rather than talking to them. Because I can remember listening to my parents' conversation. I mean, I was sitting in a chair, I had that right. They weren't being quiet, and you would learn stuff. You would learn social interactions of how they would talk to each other, and you would also learn additional words, and our kids aren't getting that as much.
I remember I used to think my dad would make up words. We'd be on road trips, and he would do these word challenges, and we went, "You made that word up," and he'd say, "Look it up again." Vignette was the best one.
And now you can look it up in a heartbeat.
But you're exactly right. It's the interactions and the vocabulary that we never knew. Imagine.
I want to hide under a rock.
We're gonna take a break, too.
I make believe words
I know
because
you
I
do.
never had the luxury of having my parents have a
Well,
conversation.
you did. It just wasn't in English.
No, they did not. My father was never home. They didn't have any conversations.
Well,
and
then
when they
that's
spoke in
happening.
Spanish, it made no sense to me.
But can I say, one of the great things about our business is we get to work with people who are professionals themselves very often. And in this case, Dr. Sam's a great family doctor. Can you tell people how to get hold of you? And what kind of people you work with?
Sure. I'm a family medicine physician trained at Jackson Memorial Hospital down in Miami. And I'm also at 7100 West Camino Real between Powerline and Camino. And you can always reach my office, 561-717-6433. I predominantly see adults. I am willing to see some teenagers and up, around 15 and up. I'm trained completely to do from birth on up, but the last few years mainly adults. So
I say to
I'll
that,
stick with that.
I say go Canes.
Yes.
And on that, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We've got Jennifer on the line. It's always about the
Go
you.
Canes.
We'll see you in a few.
want extreme focus and a pain-free life, or even better sleep? Take it from the top millionaires and athletes of the world.
Fire and ice! Fire and ice! Fire and ice!
Cryotherapy is the most effective, efficient way to a better life. Stand in our cryotherapy chamber for a quick 3 minutes and instantly heal all chronic pain, burn calories, and increase circulation and collagen. We are conveniently located in Coconut Creek, Florida. Please call 954-906-5656. For more information, call 954-906-5656 or visit our website at fireicespa.com.
Does your child learn best when they see and experience information? Is your child smarter than indicated by test results? 3D Learner is an integrated learning program that helps identify your child's strengths and challenges. 3D Learner's individualized program for academic and athletic success will significantly improve reading comprehension, test scores, and self-esteem. Contact 3D Learner today for more information. Call 561-361-7495 to unlock your child's true potential. Visit us at 3dlearner.com or call 561-361-7495. The Heart of Delray Gallery, located in the Delray Art Complex, is one of South Florida's top venues for art, culture, music, and private events. The Heart of Delray Gallery is a cutting-edge, 11,000-square-foot art exhibition showcasing local artists and artisans with the highest quality of talent and vision, highlighting South Florida's creative arts. Visit us at the Heart of Delray Gallery, 1440 North Federal Highway in Delray Beach. Come, take a tour, book your next private event or fundraiser, or join us for Art Walk the first Friday of every month from 6 to 11 p.m. For more information, give us a call at 561-278-0074. Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe, where every day is a new adventure. If you'd like to join Don and Freddy S. at the cafe, give them a call at 888-565-1470 toll-free. Come on in or call to share a thought for the day and get all the information you need to help your business grow. That's 888-565-1470. Let's reopen the cafe doors.
Hey, here we go.
Now, back to Don and Freddy S.
And we are back on a Mind Growing Monday at the Brooklyn Cafe TV.
Hey,
Give us a
John.
call, 888-565-1470. Hey, Jennifer, how are you doing?
I'm great. How are you guys?
Good. Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe.
Hey, Jennifer.
Thank you.
Everybody says, hello, Jennifer.
Tell us about Jennifer.
Well, Jennifer has the sweetest little girl ever.
Talking to the mic.
Jennifer, I'm sorry, I'm
There
too
you
lazy
go.
to
She's
sit
just
up
hanging
straight.
out.
She's
It's
just
like she's
hanging
hanging
And
out.
I'm comfortable. So we'll have Jennifer tell us about her daughter, who was also extremely bright, extremely smart, but not liking school because it's a crazy, scary, anxious place, right?
Jennifer,
Yeah.
how old is your daughter?
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty much a disaster. So my daughter is this really precocious and verbal and curious, philosophical child who, displayed a complete natural level of learning and curiosity during her early childhood years. And then when she started kindergarten, the way the school systems are managed and set up today, just overwhelming pressure. It's not developmentally appropriate. I mean, they're trying to put everybody in the same box, and it was a complete undoing of her natural love of learning. I mean, it was just devastating, actually.
How old is she now?
So we were told about 3D Learner through a friend of ours, my friend Olga, whose daughter came here as well. Basically, 3D Learner taught her daughter, Mia, how to read, over, I think, a single summer. She'd come in after first grade, and she had also been struggling, really bright. I mean, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that Mia has a, gifted IQ range.
Jennifer, how old is your daughter?
My daughter is 8 now. She's in 2nd grade.
And how old was she when you started with 3D Learner?
I think we started at age 7. So
Okay.
it's been about a year now.
What were your red flags, or
Just at our year.
what brought you to 3D Learner? What was it about her learning that you said, I can't manage this, the school's not managing it, Olga, why do you go to 3D?
No, I mean, they didn't get her at all. There's no individualization in the school system. She's Sophia she can't just sit there decoding text. You know, it's very, very boring, and she's more of a visual learner. So, I talked to Mark and Mira, and I said, I want to try this out, and it's been a huge improvement in her. She's also very anxious, my daughter.
What have you seen as far as an improvement? So when people are listening, they can say, you look at it and you quantify it and say, this is how I see the change in my daughter.
Yeah, first of all, obviously she's reading now, where she wasn't able to, engage with any written text before. And she's shown improvement in a whole bunch of different areas here. But the other big thing is that her anxiety has reduced greatly.
That's the key.
That's the key, yeah. That's what's huge.
Yeah, that's really big. So, we're very pleased.
Thank
you. Jennifer, can I tell you about that? Can we share the funny story that happened when you were in our office? So,
sure.
We have
So learn about Mira. Before Jennifer says, sure, Mira starts
the
the
so
story.
we're going to start. I'm going to wait. Well, I'm not going to wait because she's not going to know. So, we get kids we talk about visual learners, and Mark will explain about that in a minute, but we always are wondering if parents learn like their kids, and if you learn like your son so we were talking a little bit, and she goes, well, what does that mean? I go, well, there are people that think in pictures and people that think in words. And she goes, no, there can't be people that just think in words. There can only be people that think in pictures, right? So I said to you, what happens when I say the word book? What comes to mind? You remember what you said?
I did. I said I see a red book in my mind's eye right now.
Right. So we happen to have, Mark, who is not the visual learner, through numbers, and we also have another teacher who is certainly very auditory sequential, and I turned to them and I said, so what do you see when I say the word book? And in their mind's eye, they see the word B.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Well, not anymore, you don't.
He doesn't see anything.
Not anymore, you don't. Jennifer, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sure.
All right. Bye-bye.
Everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And Mark, let me ask you, what's the difference between dyslexia and visual learner? To me, there's a clear-cut difference, but maybe it's not.
It's really fascinating. Dyslexia is basically difficulty with the word-symbol relationship. So I see words and I can't read fluently. Visual learner is the kind of kid that, we always ask parents the questions, does a kid remember places they've been even from years ago? Does your child learn best when they see and experience information? And is your child a lot smarter than the present results would indicate? The truth of the matter is, dyslexia has become the diagnosis du jour, but they're really the same kids. And it's really a parent's choice. I would say somewhere between 80 and 90% of the kids with dyslexia are also visual learners. And so when the kid's having a problem, the parents have a choice. Do I go to a regular tutor? Do I go to a phonics-based program where I'll learn to sound consequence
and only do that one thing, right?
Or do I go to a place like 3D Learner where my kid learns differently, has an attention issue, has a vision issue, and has
visual
anxiety?
motor integration, right?
We can work on the whole thing together and help a kid be all he can be.
That's not really the label, because you can take one away. You can take dyslexia away and have a visual learner.
Yeah.
Or you can have a child that's dyslexic and not a visual learner.
Absolutely.
However, often they come together.
Well, here's the truth of the matter is, probably 80 to 90% of the kids dyslexics are also visual learners, but probably only about 25% of the kids who are visual learners are also dyslexic. But one of the things to note is parents want and should get accommodations and school support. So for school support, you need a label. So you need to go to a physician, you need to go to a psychologist, you need to go to somebody to get that label, and at the same time get the outside help from wherever it is that you need. So for a lot of cases, we do have the parents get their kid quote unquote labeled at school because it helps them get extra time on tests, it helps them get different settings, copies of notes, because listening and taking notes at the same time is hard for a lot of our kids.
And I want people to know where to find you, because you have a free online assessment.
We do.
And we're just giving Mom Online some more of the discounted focus assessments to give out. So
Wow.
tell us where we can find you.
So what they can do is go to 3dlearner.com/assessment. Go there with your child.
It's the number 3, the letter D. It's very simple.
Thank you very much. So number 3, letter D, learner.
I'm the visual learner.
LEARNER.
/assessment. You take it with your child, take about 15 minutes, you get immediate feedback. We'll give you a call, we can have a discussion. And then we offer a focus assessment, which looks at what's your child's present reading comprehension level. Schools often measure fluency, how well a kid reads the words. I can do that great in Hebrew and have no clue what I read. But we actually measure comprehension, reading speed, vocabulary. We also put them on a visograph, which looks at how their eyes track when they're reading. Also put them on the interactive metronome to look how well they pay attention to that, which is boring. And that's normally a $97 investment. But Dawn twisted my arm, and now through the end of the month, for the Brooklyn Cafe listeners, special $50 off on the focus assessment, which is one parent and grandparent who came in last week said, it's an eye-opener.
And they were listeners of yours.
Fantastic.
I'm going to tell you something.
That I love is when our sponsors go, you know, your show really works.
That's
what I love.
The show really works.
I'm going to tell you, I think to me, every kid is a 3D learner. I think the exception, is.
It's
Forget
an eye
about
learner.
should.
I actually
Is.
agree.
Right?
Yeah.
Because
Dr. Sam agrees with you.
The more, thank you.
She's saying
Is
I
there like an echo in my
must be
head?
like true.
Yes.
Remember you said, am I going to repeat everything you say? Yes, everything.
But I agree, because you know what? The exception is the exception when you have one who doesn't have to be because they got it all together. And again, I applaud that. But I'm going to go out on the limb and say everybody's a 3D learner. I think everybody should be.
Listen, the best surgeons in the world, what do you think they are?
Good.
They're 3D learners because they're able to see things differently.
But
Dr.
Doc,
Sam was going to say something.
And I think part of that reason why we're seeing more and more children with problems with it is our education system has so dramatically changed.
And she hits it right out of the park.
When I went to school,
And
we
there it
had
is.
2 recesses, we had lunch, we had nap in elementary school. I mean, eventually the nap went away, but the recess, that physicality of movement, the coordination, playing with jacks and balls and picking stuff up.
Swinging on swings. Right.
Swinging on swings. I mean, some
Teach
kids don't
daughters.
learn these things.
This kid's just
And that
slow.
plasticity of
I know,
your
we gotta have them
brain
back
is
on.
needed.
You know,
for
Doc, I used to
education.
do it when I coached. I was a 3D learner, teacher. And I didn't realize it until I met these people, what was going on. I can't believe this show's
my
over.
goodness.
This is ridiculous.
I know.
Ridiculous, I tell you.
It's a good thing they're local and they're coming back. For more information, check out 3D Learner, number 3 letter D learner.com. You can go to their assessment. You can contact them through the end of the month for a discounted focus assessment, $50 off, only $49. Their phone number is 561-361-7495. John, with Vitalizer and Cell Wellbeing, I'm wondering if there is a link between visual learners and some of these diagnoses with kids and the cell well-being on their hair.
Give us a
Let's
call,
check into
John.
that.
Give us a
John,
call.
give us a call. I want to check that out with you as well.
Yep.
Have a beautiful day, everyone. Be kind to each other. We'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place.
See you December 21st. Mark it in your calendar.
And don't
be late.
Bye-bye.
Want to make your smartphone brilliant? One tap creates a virtual wine fine tuner. Another, a coffee refiner. A beauty cream and makeup enhancer.
Wow. Look at your eye.
What a
difference.
And with still just a tap, a strength and flexibility harmonizer.
Yeah, I definitely felt something different.
This is the Vitalizer. In the App Store on any smartphone, a simple download that will embed specific frequencies and vibrations into your phone's light photons and sound waves. Calibrations designed to affect taste,
Vitalizer one is better than the other one, for sure.
hydration, absorption, feel silkier, and perhaps most incredibly, your strength, flexibility, and energy. Amazing.
Wow. Crazy. Well, salud. I'm loving it.
Go to www.vitalizerapp.com and make your smartphone
Oasis. The Salt Suite of Boca Raton and Delray Beach provides 100% natural treatment for sinus, respiratory, and skin conditions. From the adult relaxation lounge to a children's playroom, Salt Therapy opens up sinuses, lungs, and flushes out allergens and pollutants for all ages. Give us a call at 561-288-0481 or 561-316-7258. Mention the Brooklyn Cafe Show to receive one free session. Contact the Salt Suite of Boca Raton or Delray Beach to book your appointment. TheSaltSuite.com. Well, that's about it for today, and even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 1 p.m. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddy S. will bring you more goodwill next time. Although today's show was live, you can follow the cafe on Facebook at Brooklyn Cafe. To rewatch every minute of the show, call 866-224-5422 to talk with Dawn and Freddy S. after the closing, or to leave an order for fun for the next show. Have a meaningful day. The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.